and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live Manchester United news, transfer news, takeover news, and news update show. So many stories to discuss in today's video. Harry Kane is swinging towards staying at Spurs despite a deal being agreed with Bayern Munich. Why would Harry Kane be swinging towards staying at Spurs? One answer to that question: Manchester United. Reports coming out from Germany that Kane has a better contract offer at another club when he becomes a free agent next season, and rumours suggest this club is United that have put in an offer for Kane. Manchester United reportedly putting in a last-minute offer for Kane. We will discuss that first. Other stories: that McTominay's move is still on, and Manchester United could be doing a shock bonus signing. It seems that it's going to be Amrabat and either one of Todibo or, of course, Pavard. Amrabat, one of Todibo or Pavard. There could be a third bonus signing. Kovar has been sold. Fred 15 million move is imminent. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the Fred 15 million sale is imminent. It looks like Fred will be sold. It looks like Amrabat will advance. It looks like a goalkeeper could be coming in, but the way Dean Henderson's moving, well, I'm not sure with that. So loads and loads going on today, and that isn't even touching on half the stories we've got to discuss in today's news show. So please do smash that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Also, Liverpool could be getting Caicedo. Amrabat could be going to, Amrabat, could that be hijacked? Of course, Lavia could be going to Chelsea. Today has been a mad day in transfer news. We'll start with the Harry Kane story. Now, the interesting thing on Harry Kane is that David Ornstein has reported that Harry Kane is swinging towards staying at Spurs. And in my head, I go, Bayern Munich surely don't faff around and agree a $100 million deal for Harry Kane if they didn't believe the player wanted to come. For me, that doesn't make sense. But then, what did United do last season with De Jong? United went and agreed a deal with De Jong, but basically De Jong didn't want to join. So we went and agreed a fee like Bayern have with Kane. But why would Kane stay at Bayern? Well, the reason Kane would stay at Bayern is because of Man United. He wants to break the goal record. We obviously got the exclusive in this morning from David Ornstein that Bayern Munich have reached an agreement with Tottenham to sign Harry Kane, and sources in Germany indicate FC Bayern's proposal is worth above 100 million, been accepted by Tottenham. But again, Kane leaning towards staying. He's now got to make a decision. Reports in Germany again suggesting Kane is leaning towards staying at Tottenham Hotspur and waiting for Man United, which is why I believe the unnamed club reported to put in a Kane offer is, of course, Manchester United. It's been said here, new and unnamed club have appeared at short notice and offered Kane a significantly better contract offer than Bayern Munich for when he becomes a free agent next summer. Manchester United are all over Kane. Manchester United were in love with the idea of signing Kane. Manchester United were just not in love with the price tag. Manchester United offering a striker in their 30s a big wage contract to come to Manchester United that is English, that is Premier League proven, that could be our Robin van Persie 2.0 and bring us to the Premier League title in a year's time, has it written all over us. Do I think Man United are going to win the league this season? No. Do I think Man United could be up there this season? Yes. Do I think Harry Kane would be that Robin van Persie signing that could come into United 3 next summer and win us the league? Absolutely. Reports from Germany saying the hold-up between Kane, because you've got to think of this now. Bayern and Tottenham have agreed a deal for Kane. I'm going to relay this to you guys. Bayern and Tottenham Hotspur right now, this second, have agreed a deal for Harry Kane. But Harry Kane, 12 hours have gone by. 12 hours have gone by, people. But yeah, Harry Kane is still a Spurs player, not agreed to join Spurs, none of that. So despite a deal being agreed, Harry Kane is still a Spurs player, all of that. So you think, well, why is Harry Kane still a Spurs player? Why is Harry Kane leaning towards staying at Spurs? David Ornstein, Tier 1 sources, gone, yeah, look, the problem is Harry Kane is leaning towards staying at Spurs. Well, this is reportedly because Man United might have put in an offer for him and said, look, we can't get you now. We might be able to get you in January, depending on the funds, depending on the ownership situation. But we want you. You want to stay in the Premier League. You want to break the goal record. We will come for you next season. Now, Man United have taken a risk there because Man United, for some reason, had an awful season, didn't finish in the Champions League. Kane will be thinking, what have I done? Why don't I move to Bayern? But at the same time, Kane wants to stay in England. Kane wants to beat the goal record, but Kane wants to win trophies. Bayern is guaranteed trophies, but you don't break that record, which will forever be known as. And obviously, an unnamed club appears at short notice to have offered Kane a significant better contract than Bayern Munich when he becomes a free agent. This is the thing. I'm going to be honest. When has Man United been this organised? My first thought is, could this be Man United? Because let's be honest, when have Man United been this organised? When have we been this organised? When have Man United been so organised that they're going to buy a player that's available for free next summer and give them a pre-contract offer? We are never that organised. But at the same time, who would this be if it's not Man United? It's not Arsenal. He'd never go to Arsenal. He doesn't want to go abroad. Man City have Haaland. Liverpool have Nunez. I can't see him going to Chelsea right now with the mess that they're in. Who could this be other than United? Would it be Newcastle? I don't think Newcastle are established enough yet, and they've got Callum Wilson and Isaac. The team that needs a real striker more than anyone is Man United. The team in the Premier League is Man United. He's not going to go to Arsenal because that would be betrayal of Spurs. For me, I look at this and I go, this could happen. Now, I don't think we're going to sign Kane this summer, but I think United, I generally believe, as unorganised as Man United are, I mean, Gav said it's probably City. City are the type of club to have Kane, Haaland, and probably go sign Mbappe. That is bloody Man City. But I'll be honest with you, I think this is United. I don't think we're a particularly organised club. It could be Chelsea, it could be City, but I think it could be United. And the reason I think it could be United is because a lot of good journalists have been saying, look, don't rule United out of doing anything big this summer. Don't rule them out of doing some bonus deals. We know it's Amrabat. We know it's Todibo or Pavard. Maguire is gone, by the way. Maguire is gone. Like, Maguire isn't officially gone, but Maguire is 99% gone. And then it's either Pavard or Todibo. Todibo is apparently 30 million. Pavard is apparently 25 million. We're going to wait on what Ten Hag's decision is. Fabrizio Romano said today, basically, Erik Ten Hag is making a decision on whether to choose between Todibo and Pavard. Erik Ten Hag is sitting there. He hasn't made a decision on whether it's going to be Todibo. He hasn't made a decision whether it's going to be Pavard. We've got to wait. Do we choose Todibo? Do we choose Pavard? I would go with Todibo. We'll have to see. So that's what's going on with the centre-back issues. Fred is going to be sold for 15 million. Fred's 15 million move is imminent. Top sources, Romano, have said Fred's 15 million move is imminent. When that is done, Amrabat. So Amrabat, Todibo. But good sources are coming out, like Chris Wheeler, I believe it was, saying, look, Man United are going to do a bonus signing if a certain amount of players are sold. Because you've got 9 million for Kovar, you've got 15 million for Fred, 15 million for Donny, potentially 15, 20 million for Dean Henderson, 40 million for McTominay is still on. Claret and Hugh are saying McTominay to West Ham is still on because City are bidding like 80 million for Paqueta, which is absolutely insane. You've got to think about, obviously, Maguire is sold. Maguire out, Todibo in, Fred and Donny sold, Amrabat in. But if McTominay goes, Kovar goes, Dean Henderson goes. Obviously, there'll be a little goalkeeper signing. Tommy will be the second keeper. But they're saying Man United could do an unexpected bonus signing. There is rumours of Mohamed Kudus, but I don't think United are in for that. I think other clubs are too advanced for that. There was reports of a Lavia hijack, but again, I don't think that will happen. There are reports of Marcus Leonard, the young striker. Obviously, maybe United could even say to Harry Kane, and this is what I want to talk about, getting back to the Kane situation. Man United know that if they sold all these players and they didn't buy anyone, they sold McTominay because Amrabat's for Fred and Donny and Todibo is for Maguire. But if they sold McTominay and Dean Henderson and Kovar, on top of that, they've got an extra about 60 million to their budget. And Man United might say to Harry Kane, we're going to bid 60 million for you in January. They might even say that. I know it's been reported that Man United or an unnamed club has given Kane an offer for next season for when he's a free agent. But maybe Man United have actually said to Kane, if we sell all these players, we could even bid for you in January. You know, I wouldn't, like, Ten Hag wants Kane. I know from tier one sources, Ten Hag wants Kane. Kane is the dream signing for Ten Hag, if you know what I mean as well. You know, obviously it's not going to happen this summer. I'd be very shocked if it happened this summer. I don't think we're going to bid 100 million. I don't see where the money's coming from. But we know for sure Ten Hag's dream signing was Kane, and Ten Hag said to United, and the reason we signed Højlund is because Ten Hag didn't want a De Jong repeat. As soon as Ten Hag kind of got the indication of, you know what, I'm probably not going to land Harry Kane. I don't want to repeat the De Jong saga all over again. I need a goalkeeper on top of a striker. And reports of David De Gea going to Real Madrid, we'll get into that in a second. As soon as Ten Hag got the indication that Kane was going to be a De Jong saga, he went, no, we're going to go for Højlund. So I don't think Kane is going to come to United this summer. I don't think we're going to bid 100 million because I think we'd have to bid 150 million at least for Levy to upset Man United. But I do believe that United have had a lot of talks with Kane. I wouldn't be surprised if this unnamed club was Man United and I wouldn't be surprised if there's something there. For me, and I'm saying this as a United fan, why is Kane not just agreeing to go to Bayern like that? You've not won a trophy, Bayern, Farmers League, guaranteed trophies. If Kane goes to Bayern, you could arguably say they could win the Champions League. Why is Kane not snapping his fingers and going to Bayern out that door right now? What has Kane got to think about? Seriously, what has Kane got to think about? We know he would rather stay. We know he wants to beat the goal record. And maybe this report that he has got an offer from an unnamed club is true. Now, that club could be City. That club could be Chelsea, because Manchester United are never that organised. But my gut is telling me that club is Man United. Because Man United was Kane's ideal destination. We know from tier 1 sources we were his ideal destination. We were his ideal club. I believe that club could be Manchester United. People saying Fred 30 million. Fred and Donny will get us 30 million, but we won't get 30 million for Fred. Smash the like button, people, of course, and do subscribe down below if you're new as well. 2 West Ham midfielders going for 180 million, confused with what they see in them too. They were nearly relegated. I can't understand. I don't even believe it. Apparently, Man City have bidded 100 million euros for Paqueta. Like, you know how they all laughed at us for bidding 100 million euros for Anthony? Paqueta wasn't even, like, he's a good player, but he wasn't even good at West Ham. Do you know what I mean? Do you know why Amrabat is such a steal? Can we just quickly talk about Amrabat quickly, and then we'll get into the other stories. Amrabat, £25 million. Enzo Fernandez, £100 million. Declan Rice, £105 million. Moises Caicedo, £100 million. Paqueta, West Ham want £90 million. Amrabat, yeah, 25. We've done some business there. Well, that's not done yet, but you know what I mean. The midfield market is crazy. And if West Ham laugh at us for asking for 45 million for Scott McTominay when they're asking for 88 million for Paqueta and 105 million for Declan Rice, then West Ham are not serious. Now, there are reports coming out that West Ham are going to go back in for Declan Rice, McTominay, and we're going to get into that in a second. But I want to get into a few stories quickly. I want to quickly just power through some more transfer news. There's a lot of transfer news to get in today's show. Then we'll go back into a little bit of other news, and then I'll speak about some news that I've got as well. So I want to quickly just power into these news stories. So please do smash the likes, guys. If everybody watching hits that like button, we could maybe hit 1,000 likes in a live stream, which I haven't done in a very long time. That's a very ambitious goal. So we'll go the like target goal for 500 likes. So please do smash that like button right now if your glaze is out. And of course, subscribe down below if you're new. I just want to quickly go through this Fred story, go through this McTominay story. We've literally got so many news stories. So I'm going to round up every news story in about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go through the live chat. So what was said on Fred today, everybody? It was said on Fred, Fenerbahce have submitted an official offer for Fred worth 15 million euros, which is about 12.9 million pounds, and reportedly Man United will be willing to accept that. Fabrizio Romano then said that Fenerbahce remain the favourites to sign Fred and make the deal happen. Their bid is the best bid Man United have received till now, and Fred to Fenerbahce is expected to be done soon. So the Fred sale is expected to be done soon, but the big thing about the Fred sale and why this news is particularly important is that we've actually got a bid in for Fred. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Manchester United have finally got a bid in for Fred. The Fred deal has been a bit I guess you could say it's just been going on for weeks. He didn't even come on pre-season. We thought Fred was going to be sold weeks ago. The Fred deal has been massively dragging out, but it has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Manchester United have got a bid in for Fred. The really reliable Simon Stone again added to this story. And again, pretty much confirmed that basically Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are both keen on signing Fred, who's been told he's not like to play a significant role at United. Obviously, Galatasaray were messing around bidding, 9 million. Fenerbahce bid 15 million. So I think Fenerbahce could be the closest to signing Fred. However, Fred would actually ideally move to Fulham. But the situation is that Fulham are a bit sceptical whether to pay that. I think Fulham now seeing a 15 million bid going in. Maybe Fulham will match that bid, because I think Fred would like to just stay in Fulham, stay in the Premier League, because it is the best league in the world. But apparently, reports coming out that Fred actually agreed personal terms to join Fenerbahce and that this deal is imminent. Reports from reliable sources saying that Fenerbahce have agreed personal terms with Fred. They put in a 15 million bid and that this move is imminent. So with the Fred move being imminent and effectively done, then that seems that, that will be open the door for Amrabat. While we thought that Scott McTominay to West Ham was off, it seems that Scott McTominay to West Ham United was off because of the James Ward-Prowse news. Claret and Hugh, who are a West Ham source, are saying that West Ham are still deep in negotiations for Scott McTominay and they've not walked away. Maguire to West Ham is like 99% done. McTominay to West Ham is not 99%. It's not anywhere as advanced as Maguire. West Ham have actually put bids in for Maguire. Fee's been agreed. West Ham are talking about the structure of the deal for Maguire, and Maguire's given an indication to West Ham that he'd like to join. It's not that deep with McTominay. But it is said that West Ham is still deep in negotiations to sign McTominay, despite news coming out. So I expect this deal to really advance as well. So, if McTominay is sold on top of Fred, on top of Donny, it said that United could expect a bonus signing. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, Alice, what's the latest on Amrabat? What's the latest on Maguire? What's the latest on Todibo? Well, we will cover that. It was said, Justin, Harry Maguire has been given a £6 million payoff to leave United. He will take a wage cut to join West Ham United to help the payment be offset. So the fact that Maguire is basically being offered money to leave Man United makes me believe that that will happen. Laurie Whitwell, a very reliable source, said the terms of Maguire's departure is still being negotiated, but Man United are expected to cover some of the wages, which will make the difference between his Man United and West Ham contract. And the very reliable Laurie Whitwell has said that United believe that Maguire will be sold and essentially already focusing on their replacements. As discussed yesterday, it said that Man United are looking to bring in Benjamin Pavard in January at right back, but he did not want to be a right back, and now United are looking to bring him in as a centre back, and he's reconsidering this. However, a lot of people have been crying, why are we going for Pavard? We haven't chosen Pavard over Todibo. A lot of people think it's going to be Pavard. We haven't chosen Pavard over Todibo. What I've been told from my source, who has been pretty good this window, is that United still favouritised Todibo. Todibo still seems to be the favourite, but it's very close. They haven't picked a clear favourite they're going to go with yet. It's been said that Manchester United are weighing up central defensive reinforcements in the event that Maguire joins West Ham with Pavard and Todibo on the list. There's obviously Tapsoba, there's obviously Gahey, there's obviously other names, but United essentially will choose between one of these two centre-backs to replace Harry Maguire, and the United are expected to pay the difference in Maguire's contract to get the deal done. So that is a little bit of a summary of the news that's come out today. I really wanted to cover a lot of the news stories that come out today because it's been a long day of news. It's we're hearing Lavia to Chelsea, Caicedo to Liverpool. I mean, look, I really hope Liverpool don't get Caicedo, but then I don't want Liverpool to get Lavia. I don't want Liverpool to sign a DM, because I think if Liverpool sign a DM, then yeah, Liverpool are going far if they sign a DM. I can't lie. Liverpool's midfield lacks a lot of balance, and they've done a great midfield rebuild. But I hope Liverpool don't end up signing anybody good. But we've got a lot more stories to get into, you guys, as well. Todd Boehly just wants to buy everything. Imagine if Todd Boehly ends up with Lavia and Caicedo. They'd have Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, Caicedo, and Nkunku all in their midfield as well. City, Chelsea, United, the only real possibilities for Kane. I agree. We're going to get back into that Kane story. We've got a few more updates on Kane to United as well. And it seems to be good business as well. Levy won't sell to United. It's a stupid rumour. It's a waste of time. The rumour is that Man United have offered Kane a contract to join on a free. I'm going to tell you this, guys, now. The Kane rumour isn't stupid. United have offered Kane a contract to join on a free. Yeah. So basically, the way you've got to look at it is, well, Levy can't stop that. Levy can't stop that. What's been highlighted? I'm gonna show you this actually. I'm gonna share my screen with the Kane situation. Levy has no control over the Man United Kane situation if the report is true. Now, what we know so far on the Kane situation is this. At 10:25, Bayern and Tottenham Hotspur agreed a fee. Kane now has to make a decision. This news was backed up by Alistair Gold, Fabrizio Romano, very reliable sources. Sky said, however, that Kane is leaving towards staying. Michael Owen publicly tells Kane to stay, which is ironic because Michael Owen was a Liverpool legend that joined United. Lol, hypocrite. Anyway, more reports coming out that Kane is unsure. Increasingly likely that Kane is choosing to stay. Pletty says Kane is hesitating. Bayern left puzzled by Kane's hesitation. New club offer made for Kane 2024. Tottenham are offering Kane a new contract. And also, it has been reported, and it's not been said here, another club is giving Kane an offer to join them in 2024 on a big contract for free. Now, at the end of the day, are Tottenham going to be able to offer Kane a bigger contract than Manchester United? No. If Tottenham offer Kane a new contract and he signs it, I'd be absolutely shocked. And I think whatever contract Tottenham have offered Kane, Manchester United could match and even better next season. And Man United would probably give him a big sign-on fee for being a free agent. So basically, the Kane situation is Levy has no control. People are saying United aren't going to get Kane. Levy won't let it. Levy has no control. Levy has control of Kane to United this summer, but once January comes around, if Kane has not signed a new deal in January, Levy has no control. He either has to accept a reduced bid from Man United, or Kane can go and just agree to join United on the free. Levy has no control right now. Kane is leaning towards staying. Kane is unsure. Bayern are annoyed at Kane's hesitation. Unnamed club have given Kane an offer to join them as a free agent in the summer. That unnamed club is an unnamed club, but as I've said, if that unnamed club is Manchester United, it could very well be. Because why is Kane hesitating to join Bayern Munich? You're at Tottenham Hotspur, you've won nothing. You're going to go to Bayern Munich, you could win the Champions League. What is holding Kane back? And it's not Tottenham Hotspur. It's another club in the Premier League that has given him an offer that has not been named. That could be Manchester City. That could be Chelsea, because Manchester United are never disorganised. But I still solely believe that club could be Man United. Alice, what is the news on Amrabat and that of Scott and Donny? Yes, quickly, let's get into this. So a lot of people are saying, Alice, what is going on with Amrabat? There's a little bit of concern with you guys regarding the Amrabat situation. And honestly, I would not be concerned. Fabrizio Romano reminded us today or last night that Amrabat to United is still on. Amrabat to United is still positive. We've got Fabrizio Romano. We've got very good sources coming out and just reminding us Amrabat to United, that's still on. That's still positive. Do not be too worried about that, guys. Basically, now that the Fred fee of 15 million has been agreed, now that the Fred move is essentially imminent, I think tomorrow we could reopen talks with Amrabat. Manchester United have a personal agreement with Amrabat. Remember that, guys. Manchester United have personal terms and all of that agreed with Amrabat. Amrabat has said yes to United. The Amrabat situation, very, very good on United's side. There are interests from other clubs, but Romano and top sources said that Amrabat has turned down other clubs. He's only focused on United. And now that Fred move is imminent, now that the Donny move is imminent, and when I say the Fred move is imminent, I know we've been saying Fred's going to go for 4 weeks, but there's a bid for Fred, and Fred has agreed personal terms to leave. The Fred move, Fred is essentially leaving now, like Maguire is essentially leaving. Man United will then go and talk to Fiorentina. Man United have done everything on the player side. They know Amrabat wants to come. There's a verbal agreement there. Manchester United now need to agree with Fiorentina. Fiorentina know that Amrabat has 1 year left on his contract. Fiorentina have signed a replacement for Amrabat. Fiorentina very, very prepared for Amrabat to leave. £25 million asking price. United more than have the funds to match that. Amrabat to United. That will be the next signing. In my opinion, I think Amrabat could be a Man United player before the Wolves game. I don't think he'll play in the Wolves game. I don't think he'll have his medical or anything. But I think we could get at Amrabat. Here we go to United before the Wolves game. I'm very, very confident that Amrabat will be done. I know it's been quiet the last few days. It's just about getting those outs done. And the Fred deal was agreed now. So, and the Kovar deal was done. So very, very positive things. So I think Amrabat, yes, nothing to worry about there. And then it's between Tobido or Pavard. Manchester United reportedly haven't made a choice. Obviously, I've been talking about Pavard on the channel for a week or so because I've got a source that told me Pavard was the other option. But that source says that as far as he's aware, there is still a preference for Tobido. So I think it could be Tobido, but we'll have to weigh that out. But the focus is Amrabat. That we could have made Kane an offer, and Kane can join on a free in the summer. This the Kane situation. We'll see where that goes. It's the sales, it's Amrabat, it's Tobido. And then if McTominay goes, reportedly one more bonus signing for United. So lots of interesting things as well. Alice, I love your presence. You're so elite in analysis, and I'm a Liverpool fan. Big up everybody in the chat. Liverpool reported to maybe get Moises Caicedo, people. Reports coming in that Liverpool could be striking a deal for Moises Caicedo. So that's pretty mad. I don't think Liverpool will get Caicedo, and this is nothing against Liverpool, but it's been said that Caicedo wants Chelsea. I think the only way Liverpool get Caicedo is if Chelsea get Lavia. But reportedly, Liverpool do have the funds for Caicedo. Liverpool reportedly made a verbal bid for Caicedo, and that was said by Fabrizio Romano. So I'm obviously keeping an eye on the Caicedo-Lavia situation. I don't believe United will get involved. I don't believe United will hijack the deal for that. But it's an interesting one to keep an eye on as well. Got to get going for dinner, says Gaz. Big up everybody in the chat as well. Someone said United plug have tweeted. Should we see what the United plug has tweeted? Have we got any breaking news coming in here? United plug. Let's see if the United plug have plugged us up with any news here as well. United plug, ex West Ham United employee. More news coming out, people here. So West Ham still remain interested in signing Scott McTominay, an ex West Ham United employee. Throughout the transfer window has generally been spot on. So not only are West Ham about to sign Maguire, but West Ham still remain interested in signing Scott McTominay. And as said, ex-West Ham United employee has been spot on as well. Galatasaray and Fred both keen on signing. Galatasaray and Fenerbahce both keen on signing Fred. And as mentioned earlier, Manchester United will get up to 8.5 million with bonuses for Kovar. They also have a buyback. So Kovar's going to play for Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. That's a really good move for Kovar. I know he actually wanted to go back, but I think now he's got to move to a Bundesliga, a top 5 league. That's a good move. United will probably get 8.5 million with bonuses. Could take it to 10 million. That's 8.5 million in the bank for Kovar, 15 million in the bank for Fred, 15 million hopefully in the bank for Donny, but that could be a loan move. That very much covers Amrabat, Bish, Bosch, potentially a surprise signing, and things are moving quickly at United. So good that deal's done. We've got 1,000 people watching right now, guys, so please do smash that like button if you have not already, and of course subscribe down below as well. But yeah, I don't know why I keep saying Torpedo. Do you know what? I've always said Todibo, but I'm saying Torpedo because someone said it. Someone said it and it's got stuck in my head. I've said it. I heard someone. I've always said it the other way, but for some reason I've been saying it the wrong way. It's Todibo. But I keep saying Torpedo because someone's just said it and it's got stuck in my head. I don't know why as well. Spurs can't complain. They got Kane for nothing, giving him years of services. He can do what he likes. Screw Levy. I'm 100% with you with that. Harry Kane just needs to screw Levy and do what he needs to do as well. And Fred is gone now. Alice confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, Fred deal essentially done. Let me see if Fabrizio Romano. Oh, here we go, people. Here we go. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, breaking news here. Fred for Fenerbahce, here we go. Deal in place with Manchester United. Proposal revealed earlier has been accepted and verbal agreement reached. Fred has agreed terms with Fenerbahce and will travel for medical tests. So Fred has left Manchester United. Breaking news coming in. Fred, here we go. I was so behind on the live chat, I didn't even notice there was a Fred. Here we go, people. I'm scrolling down the live chat as well. And Alice, I heard that United is bidding for Tapsoba and Todibo. What do you think? Todibo is the priority. I'll tell you that for sure. And I think he's the better of the options. 300 likes, guys. Let's go for 500 likes because we've got a here we go in the chat for Fred. Fred is on the way out of Manchester United. And you know me, I actually do like Fred. I said I'm not that bothered whether we sell or keep Fred. But if selling Fred meant we got Amrabat in, then we absolutely have to sell Fred because whether you like Fred or not, Amrabat is a clear improvement on Fred, like everyone knows that. So Manchester United selling Fred was probably the smartest and most appropriate move. Probably 15 million for Fred. Man United can now go and pursue Amrabat. Fred out, Amrabat in, bish, bash, bosh. That's what we like to see, people. So here we go for Fred. Here we go for Kova. 2 players sold. Bonus signing incoming. McTominay deal still on. Maguire advanced. Things are happening at United. Things are happening. It's being a big and busy transfer window, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it as well. Alice, do you think West Ham will come and get Martial since they also need a striker? I doubt it. I think West Ham wants someone that can actually play more than 3 games a season. Look, Man United want to sell Martial, and I actually rate Martial. I think he's a good player when he plays. But Martial's lack of availability, his wages, and his inconsistency, for me, if I am a club owner, I do not even bother making an offer for Martial because the money he's on, his injury record, reliability is such an underrated factor in football. People don't realise to have a player that isn't injury prone and is reliable is one of the most underrated traits in football. Bruno Fernandes is there every single game. Some United fans don't like Bruno Fernandes. I don't understand why Bruno Fernandes gets so much hate. Some United fans don't like Bruno Fernandes. But availability is one of the most underrated traits in football. Bruno's there, he can play every game. Martial can't play 90 minutes. Martial can't play more than 2 games in a row. Martial's not fit for more than 9 games a season. You buy a player and he can barely play, what's the point? Neymar's a fantastic player. His availability has let his career down in recent years. You know, Martial was a good player. Pogba was a good player. But their availability made them not good enough for United. You know, if you sign a top player and he's never available, that's a problem. And, you know, for me, you know, I can't see West Ham buying Martial if he's never available as well. I think we should have signed Amrabat than sold Fred, but there you go. Get the replacement in first, says Kevin. I mean, look, yeah, I think Man United always were going to get Amrabat, but they were just because of FFP. I think FFP was their excuse. They were going to sell Fred first. I thought we should have just gone for Amrabat because I was worried when that story came out last night that Chelsea had hijacked the Lavia deal. When that story came out last night, I can't lie to you guys, I was a little bit worried. I was like, well, the story's come out last night that Liverpool are going to hijack Lavia. Sorry, Chelsea are going to hijack Lavia to Liverpool. Liverpool will link with Amrabat. And no, Amrabat picked United over Liverpool, but Gakpo also picked United over Liverpool. If United are stalling and United don't get Fred sold, potentially Amrabat could do a Gakpo and say, look, I can't wait any longer. I need to know if I'm going to get this move. If I'm not going to get this move, I want to go to the Premier League. I'll go to Liverpool. There was a small part of me that despite obviously the agreements with United between Amrabat, that he could have maybe gone to Liverpool if Chelsea had hijacked Lavia, which for me is why it's so important we sell Fred. Fred is gone. Fred is here we go. And yeah, guys, Amrabat will very much be incoming now that Fred is gone. And that is positive. I expect tonight there to be some breaking stories about Amrabat to Man United. In all honesty, I expect some news to come out tonight. I think that it's going to move very quickly. And I think it's good to get Fred out because I can't lie, I was a little bit worried that maybe we could lose out on Amrabat if we're not careful. But that doesn't seem to be the case as well. People saying that Ollie destroyed Martial. You know what? Yes and no. I think, people make excuses for Martial, but at the end of the day, Ollie did play Martial continuously when Martial was injured. And I do feel sorry for Martial. I do have sympathy for him there because he was he was playing injured and he could never fully recover. And when he was playing injured, he wasn't as good. So he lost his form. And I think that this injury of Martial that's reoccurring is probably a state of Ollie overplaying Martial as well. Are we going to get Amrabat or Onana? There was a rumour United were interested in the Everton player Onana. Yes, people, there was a rumour that Manchester United was interested in signing Everton player Onana. However, the situation with that kind of remains pretty much that Amrabat is seen as cheaper and Ten Hag prefers Amrabat. So Onana is the second choice, but Amrabat Ten Hag prefers and is cheaper, and Ten Hag's worked with Amrabat. So the focus will be on Amrabat as well. Big up Jason Spear. Thank you very much for the super chat. I've been impressed with us this window, and Dish Bash Bosh are totaling our sales. The Kane Kitty. Imagine if we actually made a move for Kane now. I doubt it. But yeah, Amrabat to United incoming. Thank you for the super chat. And I have to say, I've been a bit negative at the start of the window, and I've started to be more positive with the Højlund deal, Onana deal, and Mount deal being done. But I said this transfer window will not be good unless Fred, Maguire, McTominay, these players are sold, and these players are set to be sold, and this transfer window is set to get good. So I'm excited about that as well. Bish, bash, bosh, people, deals are advancing. Anyway, continuing on, got lots of little things to talk about in today's show as well. Amrabat wants Champions League, so Chelsea and Port are not a threat. That seems to be the case as well. And Kovar should have cost more than City goalkeeper. No one knows. The fact that City get 20 million for a goalkeeper and we get 9 million, we get half. I have to say, someone said, why am I blocked? No one's blocked in the chat. I mean, occasionally mods time people out, but you're not blocked if I can see your message as well. But yeah, I mean, I think we will get Amrabat. I think that deal was very much advancing. I'll probably have to do a transfer news show tonight about Amrabat and all the ins. I think we're going to get big news. Guys, did you like what I did last night? Because at the moment, there's loads of news coming out. So I normally do a video in the morning, a live stream around 6, 7, 5 o'clock. 5 to 7 p.m. is kind of live stream range. So I normally do a video in the morning, a live stream normally between 5 and 7 p.m. unless I'm out that evening. And then I also do late at night on busy days a third bonus video, which is a roundup of everything, a roundup of every news story that came out that day, but in less than 10 minutes. So yesterday I did a roundup of every single news story where I just literally went boom into the news, what was said, who was said by, if it's reliable, what will happen, what the situation is. I think today's one of those days where I might do a bonus video tonight and just round everything up for you in 10 minutes, because I've obviously rounded a lot of the news up in today's live stream, which is fine. But I think there's going to be a lot of stories popping tonight on United. So if that seems like your thing, do subscribe. Live streams in the evening, roundup videos, and then morning updates, all on United throughout the transfer window. I can't wait for the season to start, people. I'll also be doing a preview to Man United versus Wolves. So do subscribe if that sounds like your thing as well. Alfredo Padella might come out with some information soon as well. Apparently, we're looking at Frimpong. Yep, there's a rumor about that. However, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Sammy Mockbell. It was someone quite credible. Came out and said that Man United are thinking about giving Wan-Bissaka a new deal. So the fact that Man United are thinking of coming out and giving Wan-Bissaka a new deal, I don't think we're going to make a move for a right back. It's said that Man United are going for Pavard purely as a centre back. Pavard wouldn't join if it's a right back. I don't know, in all honesty, because I don't think we are going for Frimpong. And I know it's a rumour, but I don't think we are going for Frimpong. I don't think we are going for a right back. I think maybe next summer we'll look at right backs, because of what I think Delo and Wan-Bissaka are solid. Are they Champions League winning level right backs? Are they Premier League level winning right backs? That can be discussed. But I saw this good Twitter post here by Everyday MUFC. Let me take some water, people. And this Twitter post said, Maguire 30 million, Alanga 15 million, Fred 12 million, Kovar 8 million, 65 million in sales through young players and fringe players who wouldn't be an active part of the squad this upcoming season. Clearing out the squad is so important for keeping a competitive squad, but also for financial reasons. Very impressed so far by how United are dealing with transfers so far. Now time for Van der Beek to go, Amrabat to come in, and Maguire to officially leave, and Todibo to come in. And they're absolutely right. Absolutely right. 65 million in sales. If you say to me right now, we would sell Kovar, Fred, Maguire and Elanga for 65 million and replace them with Amrabat and Todibo. Why am I saying his name wrong? Why am I saying? I just replace them with Maguire and Todibo at the start of the window. I'd have been perfect, brilliant, boom, boom, boom. Because you're selling Maguire and you're replacing him with a better younger centre back, and you're selling Fred and you're replacing him with a better younger DM, with actually not having spent much more money because the outs cover that. So what Man United have done this window is they've got the goalkeeper, which was key. They've got the midfielder that can do the Eriksen role, which is key because Eriksen cannot keep up in those big games. They've got the striker, not Harry Kane, but Ten Hag's second choice, which is key. And then, so they've got their three key areas. Man United have addressed their three key positions, but then they're like, how can we improve depth? Well, Fred's a depth player, but Amrabat's an improvement on Fred. Maguire's a depth player. Todibo's an improvement on Maguire. So what Man United have done is they've got their three marquee signings in. They're now focusing on the outs, and they're replacing Maguire with a better younger player, and they're replacing Fred with a better younger player. So, and that is how you build a squad. That is how you build a top squad. That's how you build a squad that goes far. And I'm very impressed with that from Manchester United. Very impressed. You know me, I don't like to be negative, but I have been negative quite a lot. I have been particularly negative recently in regards to Manchester United, in regards to transfer news and all of that. I have been particularly negative in regards to a lot of the stories. But at the moment, the last couple of weeks have been positive because we've got those key players in, we've got those key players out. And for me, that is really important. Guys, please do keep smashing that like button. And of course, subscribe down below to the channel if you're new. Fred has officially left Manchester United. Amrabat move is very much advancing. Alice, will we be going after a striker since Rasmus is unavailable? There are reports coming out that United will be looking to do a bonus deal, and that bonus deal could be for a striker, people. So it's interesting to see. We've got over 1,000 people in the chat, so please do keep subscribing as well. We're on the road to 70,000 subscribers. We're currently on 67,444 subscribers. We're 6 subscribers away from 67,450. So if there's 6 of you watching that aren't subscribed, that would be really awesome as well. Amrabat, here we go by Wednesday. I think Amrabat, here we go could be in the coming days. Imagine we get Amrabat, Pavard, Kane. It would be the best transfer window in football history. Well, not football history, but for Manchester United standards, it would be amazing. Oh, guys, we're very close to the 100 like target. We've got over 1,000 people watching. Only 100 more, 120 more of you need to smash that like button for us to hit that target as well. We need to get Amrabat and Tobido now, or else 4 out of 10 transfer window. The perfect 10 will be Amrabat, Todibo, Felix on loan, Glazers out to Saeed. Felix on loan, I'm down for. Felix permanently, not big fan of as well. Scrolling through the chat as well. I kind of wish you put all the money on Kane or Caicedo. That's risky with squad depth, but it still improves us. I mean, this is the thing. Do you just go screw the Maguire replacement, screw the Fred replacement, and go all out for Harry Kane? Because that's what we do under Woodward. 100% big name signing. But actually, that depth could be more important. As brilliant as Harry Kane is, if we know we can get him for completely free in the summer, why don't we build everything else? I think signing a striker is always a final piece to the puzzle signing. I think when you sign a striker, it's the final piece to the puzzle signing. I've always said that. So my stance right now is actually, why don't United go and finish everything off? Go and get that centre-back in. Go and get Amrabat in, because Amrabat and that centre-back is needed. And then they can get Kane for free next summer. That is the final piece of the puzzle, Harry Kane for me. And then they can also invest the extra funds they have in improving at right back, and then maybe going for Moises Caicedo, say he's still available. That's the way I look at it. I go, look, Kane for 100 million would be brilliant now, and that is what Ed Woodward would do. But if Man United are in a position where they can go, you know what, we're going to get Kane for 3 in a year's time, and that could be the case. Kane is reluctant to go to Bayern. There's reports that we put an offer. If Man United are in a position where like we could get Kane for 3 in a year's time, why don't we get Amrabat now? Why don't we get Todibo now? Why don't we build that squad? Because if you're adding Kane next season to a squad with Amrabat and Todibo in, then for free, then you've got funds to do even more and potentially build a title-winning side. You bring in Kane now, you don't get Amrabat, you don't get Todibo. There's the problems in depth. There's the problem in Amrabat's going to add a lot of ball retention if Casemiro gets injured. And actually, it might, I actually think it's smarter to just go and get Kane on a free. I love Harry Kane. I think he's a fantastic player, but we've signed Rasmus Højlund. Rashford can play centrally, Sancho can play centrally, Martial can play centrally. Man City won the league without a centre forward. It's a final piece of the puzzle signing. As important and as brilliant as Kane would be, I think addressing Amrabat and Todibo and building out the squad, you've got Onana and you've got that goalkeeper. Todibo and Martin, there's two great ball-playing centre-backs. Amrabat coming in to help out Casemiro and have someone to play next to Casemiro in the big games because Mount Bruno Casemiro won't have balance. All those little things, yeah, for me, build out that squad, complete that defence, complete that midfield, complete that goalkeeper. And then to finish off building a team, you complete that attack. Because if the goalkeeper, defence and midfield is complete, when you bring in Harry Kane, the stage is set for him. It's not that, oh, we bring in Harry Kane, but actually we're not creating enough chances for him. The stage is then set for Harry Kane. That's how I kind of look at the situation as well. People still saying they'd opt for Pavard. Let me know in the chat if you'd opt for Pavard or Todibo as well. And we need a solid first choice right back, and Pavard is perfect considering we are playing our fullbacks deeper to operate Bruno and Mount. The thing is, with the way Erik ten Hag reportedly wants to play and the way it looks like Erik ten Hag is going, could obviously Pavard be a smarter deal in terms of Man United playing that kind of 3-1-6 formation that they look like they're going to do? Could Pavard potentially be the smarter deal there? That is a question as well. I still think that Todibo is a better player, better at playing out from the back. He's just an absolutely fantastic and unbelievable centre-back. I think that he is the Rafael Varane understudy, and I think if we're looking for a general out-and-out centre-back to come in and actually put Varane on the bench, Todibo is that guy. But if Ten Hag's looking actually at someone like Antonio Silva, but he knows he can't get him this summer and wants to go all out for a big centre-back next summer that's even better than Todibo, could Pavard be that system player with Ten Hag in pre-season kind of operating this 3-1-6 formation? Pavard kind of tucks in. It's a Pavard. It almost becomes a Pavard, Martinez, Varane back three with Luke Shaw pushing forward. Could Ten Hag try and do that? It does look like at times, and it has looked at times that that's kind of the way that Ten Hag's been looking to operate. So there's so many ways you could look at it in terms of the centre-back situation, and it just seems that Man United haven't made their decision yet, but Manchester United look set to make their decision very, very soon as well. Continue on, guys, of course. Smash that like button and subscribe down below as well. Mert have been told to buy by Ten Hag. Do you know what I love about this transfer window? And I'm going to say this again to you guys. What I particularly love about this transfer window is this is an Erik ten Hag transfer window. This isn't a board transfer window. You know, this isn't a, you can clearly see the board has brought in who they want to buy and sold who they want to sell, like we've had in previous seasons. You can tell this is clearly an Erik ten Hag transfer window. This is clearly Man United doing what Erik ten Hag wants to do. We've got breaking news coming in from Fabrizio Romano, people, on Amrabat. Another story coming in today. And I tell you what, the news is really, really coming out today, isn't it? Really, really coming out today. But let's get into this story by Fabrizio Romano, who has just said, Manchester United will now focus on sending Donny van de Beek to Real Sociedad and then look to hold talks to sign Amrabat. So Fabrizio Romano has confirmed United are then going to hold talks to sign Amrabat. So Manchester United look to be basically opening talks to sign Amrabat. Good stuff, people. I think Amrabat to United will advance soon. And make sure you subscribe because there's definitely going to be a bonus video tonight talking about Amrabat to United. All the stories on that. I think now that Fred is sold, that West Ham is still in for McTominay and Donny's about to be sold, Ad Romano said the Amrabat deal will advance very quickly. And trust me, Amrabat will be a good season. And it is the end of the McFred era. The weirdest thing is when you actually think about it now, when you actually deep it, McFred is over. We will never see McFred again at Man United. You know, McFred, the duo, the infamous duo, not always for the right reasons, questionable times. But Erik ten Hag has come in and within 1 year he's ended McFred. Erik ten Hag has come in and within 1 year he's ended Maguire and stripped Maguire of captaincy. Erik ten Hag is not scared to make big decisions. You know, Fred, here we go. Fred is done. The deal is complete. Kovar, here we go. The deal is done. The deal is complete. You know, Erik ten Hag is coming and he's ruthless. He gets things done. Erik ten Hag's coming and he's gone, I want this player. I don't want this player. I want this player. I don't want this player. We spoke about Erik ten Hag's ruthless rebuild. We spoke about Erik ten Hag's plans, but we sat here and said, will Erik ten Hag get that? We know how the board operate. We know how the board operate at Man United. We know that they don't back the manager. We knew that Ten Hag had this ruthless plan: Fred out, McTominay out, Maguire out, Elanga out. I want this player in, this player in, this player in. Just don't give De Gea a new contract. We didn't bring in Onana. We knew Ten Hag had this ruthless plan. He wanted these players out. He wanted these players in. We had reports coming out in April time. We had reports coming out in March time that Ten Hag had listed 10 stars that aren't in his plans. Reportedly in March, Ten Hag had told 10 stars that he wasn't in his plan. In May, Ten Hag said to De Gea, I don't want you. He said to Fred, I don't want you. He said to Maguire, you're not guaranteed to get game time. He said to Alanga, yeah, I'll let you go. He said to McTominay, look, you're part of the squad, but you're not going to play week in, week out. If we get a good bid for you, we'll let you go. Reportedly even said to Sancho, if a good bid comes in for you, we will let you go because I can't guarantee you the game time. Eric Ten Hag, we've had these reports coming out in April time. The Ten Hag wanted these 10 players gone and these 4 players in. But we never thought that was going to happen because we're like, well, Man United can't sell, Man United can't buy. Well, Man United have signed their striker, their midfielder, and their goalkeeper, 3 key areas. It looks like Fred is gone now. It looks like other players are gone. Man United are being ruthless. Amrabat's coming in. Todibo's coming in to replace Maguire. This is what I love about Ten Hag. He's ended Fred. He's ended Maguire within a year. We remember that Ollie season, that Ollie Ragnick season. We were sitting here. The Ollie Ragnick season, we were sitting here and we were complaining about Fred and we were complaining about Maguire and we were saying, why is Fred this, Maguire this? And we just sat there complaining the whole season about this Ollie side. Ten Hag's making the team his own team. I saw something the other day, and I don't know if I can find it. I think I bookmarked it, but I'm going to have to check my Twitter bookmarks. But Ten Hag is slowly making the Man United squad his squad. It's not you when you actually look at the squad now. A lot of it isn't Ollie signings, is what I mean to say. If you look at Ten Hag's strongest squad now, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you this now. This is becoming Eric Ten Hag's squad. Let me show you this here. So we're going to go to chosen 11, and we're going to go. I think it's a 4-3-3 now, isn't it? But in game it could be a 3-1-6. So I'm going to show you this now. Anana. You actually look at it within a space of a year. I'm putting Shaw in capitals because he obviously wasn't a Ten Hag signing. But in the space of a year, it only looks like there's going to be 4 players left from the Ragnick-Ollie era playing for Ten Hag. And that is Varane and Shaw. Obviously, it'll be Wan-Bissaka or Dalot. 3 of them are in the defence. But when you actually think about it, you could even say, well, if it's Todibo that comes in, then potentially it's only 2 players here in the defence. Casemiro is a Ten Hag signing. Obviously, Mount is a Ten Hag signing. And then you've got Bruno, who's obviously an Ollie signing. You've got Anthony, who is a Ten Hag signing. You've got Højlund. I'm trying to explain my points. You can see it. Højlund, who is a Ten Hag signing. And then you've got Rashford here. But when you actually deep it, 4 players in our potential starting 11 next season weren't at the club 2 seasons ago. And for me, and that highlights that this rebuild has been effective. That highlights this rebuild has been effective under Ten Hag when you see that only 4 players out of 11 in the starting lineup were here in our worst ever season under Ragnick and Ollie. Because when we had that worst ever season under Ragnick and Ollie, I said we need to completely rebuild this squad. But if you'd have said to me in just over a year's time, only 4 of the players involved in that season would play for United, and they would be Luke Shaw, Bruno, Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, I'd have been brilliant because we know that Rashford's brilliant, we know that Bruno's brilliant, we know that Luke Shaw's brilliant, and Wan-Bissaka can be a good squad player. I'd have said brilliant because honestly, right now, I would be expecting, with the way that the board has operated in the past, I'd still think the bulk of our team would be Ollie signings or Ragnick signings. But Ten Hag is really getting his way with this rebuild. He wants Rashford. He wants Bruno. He's given Bruno captaincy. And Luke Shaw, arguably, there's not many left-backs in world football that put Luke Shaw on the bench. And you can argue with me on that. A lot of you don't like Luke Shaw. You can argue with me on that. But I think Luke Shaw is world-class. And people will laugh at me for saying that. But Ten Hag clearly wants Rashford. Ten Hag clearly wants Bruno. And Ten Hag clearly wants Shaw. So the only question mark is maybe Wan-Bissaka Dalot, who Ten Hag is giving a new deal to Dalot and reportedly giving a new deal to Wan-Bissaka. So although Rashford, Bruno and Shaw aren't Ten Hag signings, we're actually getting a Ten Hag squad here. Everybody in the squad, bar 4 players, will be a Ten Hag signing. And then we'll get a right back next season, I reckon. And then Rashford, why would Ten Hag replace him? Bruno, why would Ten Hag replace him? He's captain. And Luke Shaw, how do you replace him? There's not money better. We essentially are almost at a Ten Hag squad. We're a right back away, a little bit of depth away in the midfield, and potentially Harry Kane away from having an Eric Ten Hag squad. That's the way I look at things. And I think that's pretty good. That's pretty positive. If you kind of get my point as well. Alice is coming out today that Ten Hag's going for Tchouaméni. We reported that in this morning's video that Erik Ten Hag's making a move for Tchouaméni. Erik Ten Hag's not essentially going all in for Tchouaméni. Ten Hag has an interest in Tchouaméni, and there's a possibility if McTominay is sold, depending on the price as well. What's the situation surrounding MG and Maino? As I've said, Kobbie Maino not back from injury until October. MG wasn't actually included in the Manchester United squad that was released today. So maybe he's not coming back, despite rumours of him coming back as well. But again, we have to wait for an announcement on that as well. Todibo, I keep messing up the name, people. I keep messing up the name. But as you can see, we're getting a 10-0 squad. I'm just scrolling down the live chat as well. But yeah. Question, Alice. If Amrabat joins us, what do you think about the depth in our midfield? Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno Eriksson, and Wonderkid Maino. It's all right, but I think it could be improved because I think McTominay needs to be sold, but because of Maino's injury and lack of experience, I almost feel like we need another body in midfield here because this is the way this is our midfield depth here. And yes, obviously Amrabat, yes, obviously Eriksson, like all of these players are quite versatile. Amrabat can play in the Mount role, Eriksson can play in the Mount role. That is our midfield depth, as you can see. I do think because of Maino's inexperience and injury, I would add another signing here. However, could we do someone this window? Do you know what I mean? I mean, in an ideal world, and you're gonna laugh, Frankie de Jong. Not gonna happen. In an ideal world, all right, what we do is we go into the season with this squad, okay? We go into the season with this squad. We've obviously got Lindelof here. Obviously, I'm just putting the names in quickly for you guys. Malacia, and then we obviously go in with Delo here. We obviously go into the season with this kind of squad. I'm going to just put Sancho and Anthony Martial 9, and then Pellistri's probably going to go out on loan. So we're going to go with Ahmad as Anthony back up here, and then obviously Garnacho as Rashford back up here. So we kind of go into the season with this squad. Yeah, this is where we're at for depth. The midfield depth is questionable, and there's rumours that on top of this squad, there could be one more signing. So there's rumours of a bonus signing. There's Amrabat and Todibo to go, but there are rumours of a bonus signing. So we go into the season with this particular squad, people. Now, where do we add to that? Well, obviously, the first thing would be Kane on a free next summer. I'm going to put a star next to him. That, for me, is the dream. Man United reportedly made Kane an offer for a free next summer. We'll have to see if that's true. The next option would be right back. And I don't know who that would be. I don't know who Ten Hag wants. I'm not a big fan of Dumfries. But I'm going to put some question marks here. For me, you get Kane on free. We invest the money we have into a right back. And call me crazy. Call me mad. I would go all out. I don't think it's going to happen. But I would be going all out for Frankie de Jong or Barella. That's what I'd be doing. I don't think we can do that this summer. If you look at the inflation and the price in the market, I think we're going to have to make do with our midfield depth, which I think is one player low. But if making do with that midfield depth meant that we could get someone like Frankie de Jong or Barella in next season, Barella the more realistic, however will he leave Italy? For me, that's brilliant because I think the way I look at it is either we sign Pavard and we go all out for a big centre-back next summer, or we sign Todibo and we maybe don't replace McTominay and maybe invest those funds potentially in someone like Taremi, or maybe wait and get Kane in January when he's cheaper. And then I'd say the following summer, we replace McTominay with a Barella, a Frankie de Jong if possible. That's a big if possible on Frankie de Jong, but that's kind of my point on the situation as well. Fred, here we go, announced. I'm really behind on the live chat as well, so much to talk about as well. Bayern could go and swoop Amrabat potentially. And Alice, would you swap Delo for Frimpong right now? I don't know, really. I haven't watched enough of Frimpong, in all honesty. I don't know if he's better than Delo. He sounds like he's better than Delo and more suited to Ten Hag's system, but I don't know. People saying Kane going to Bayern, Kane wants to stay at Tottenham. Guys, the reports coming out is that Kane wants to stay at Tottenham and that an unnamed club have given him an offer to join on a free agent next season. And there's a lot of people saying that that unnamed club is probably Manchester United as well. So, again, there's reportedly been an offer for Kane from an unnamed club. Could be Manchester United. Fred is gone. And I have to say, best luck for the future, Fred. I like Fred. You know I'm a big fan of Fred. Best luck for the future, Fred, as well. Alice, Frankie de Jong could play Bruno's place. No, you want Frankie de Jong, Casemiro, Bruno. I tell you this now. Casemiro, Frankie de Jong, Bruno Fernandes. I know we just signed Mason Mount. Screw Mason Mount, okay? And I shouldn't be saying that. But that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro, Frankie de Jong, Bruno Fernandes, midfield three. For me, that would be ideal. Can't lie. Can't lie, that would be absolutely unreal. But that is me waffling on as well. All the best to Fred as well. I mean, people saying no to Frankie de Jong, and I don't blame you. It's not going to happen. Mbappe loan. You know what? PSG are very desperate to get rid of Mbappe. That apparently they're willing to loan him out. They don't want him in the dressing room. Okay, that is the report. That is the rumor. I know Mbappe's got attitude problems, but I'm not going to lie. I would say yes to Mbappe on loan. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think United are going to get Mbappe on loan, despite the rumours. Really can't see it happening, people. It'd be nice, but I really can't see it happening. Alfredo Padella has said that Fred is one step away from Fenerbahce. Manchester United is one step away from Fenerbahce. Man United is Amrabat's priority. So despite reports that other clubs are pursuing Amrabat, Fred is basically joined Fenerbahce. We've had the here we go from Romano. It's essentially a medical away. That is the final step. And once Fred completes his medical and all things go through with Fred, Manchester United can go in for Amrabat, Bish, Bash, Bosh on that deal. Guys, please do keep smashing the like button and, of course, subscribe down below to the channel if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date on all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. Wan-Bissaka is my first choice right back. Who do you prefer, Wan-Bissaka or Delo? Let me know. Kane, you know what? I think Kane would be a better signing than Mbappe for United. I say that. And Mbappe is the best player in the world, but I think Kane, for what we need, yeah, he would be as well. We've probably saved millions from just Ronaldo and De Gea's wages, and we're finally selling players, and we spent nothing in January, so we've probably got another 150 million to spend. Liam, I love that from you. You know what? Liam makes a very good point here. Will we spend 150 million? No. Do Man United have the money to do something big this transfer window? Yes. There are reports that Man United could do a big surprise move this transfer window. Manchester United do have the money to do something big this transfer window. I don't think it will be Kane. I don't think it will be Tchouaméni. But I do think there could be another signing on top of Todibo and, of course, Amrabat. I do think there could be another signing. I do. I don't know who that will be, but I think we have the funds to do it. Maybe we wait, and maybe we've got a plan for Kane in January, because 12 hours, 8.5 hours have gone by, and Kane is still leaning towards staying at Spurs, and Bayern can't understand why. A Premier League club's putting an offer for Kane to come to them next year. But I don't think we'll get Kane this summer. I don't think we'll get Tchouaméni this summer. But Man United do have the funds to do something big. United do have the funds to make a big move this summer. I don't know if we will, but the funds are there. It's so possible, and hopefully we do. De Gea is reportedly going to Real Madrid, people. Yeah. So Courtois is injured with an ACL, and it actually could be David De Gea, because obviously he's 3. And I think Real Madrid have got some FFP issues. They need to balance their book. So De Gea apparently is one step away from joining Real Madrid. This is coming from TalkSport, and that, we know we call them talk shite and stuff, but TalkSport actually do have some decent sources, and TalkSport reporting that David De Gea is one step away from joining Real Madrid. And I have to say, fair play to De Gea. I think, look, Man United needed to get rid of De Gea, and Manchester United needed a modern ball-playing centre-back. No doubt about that in my mind. Manchester United needed to replace De Gea with a modern ball-playing centre-back. I'm absolutely sure of that. 100% sure of that. But I do think that De Gea, everyone kind of assumed De Gea was the worst keeper in the world. De Gea was a solid keeper. We needed to move on from him. We needed to advance the style of play. We needed a goalkeeper that was good on the ball and playing out from the back. And that's not De Gea. But that's not to say De Gea was this god-awful keeper. He let us down in those big games. De Gea is a keeper that's capable of doing well, but I think in those big games, like the FA Cup final, his weaknesses shown. And if Real Madrid need a part replacement for Courtois, De Gea probably the guy. And because he's not as awful as people tried to make out. I think people tried to spin this narrative that De Gea was awful, and that was not the case as well. We would definitely have money for Kane only if you want to do it. I think United deep down could do Kane. If we had the Qataris, if we had Qatari owners right now, I'd say, you know what, I could see United making a move for Kane. I believe that we've maybe made an offer, like being reported. There's an unnamed club that's made an offer for him, and said, we'll give you these wages if you join us in January on a free, I believe that club could generally be United because that's a free transfer. But unless we get the Qataris, yeah. Mohamed Kudus, people talk about Mohamed Kudus potentially being a surprise deal there as well. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka will never be good for a title-winning team, so we'll have to sell him next season. I think Wan-Bissaka is the perfect backup right back because he can play against any winger one-on-one. But I think a starting right back, that's somewhere that United would have to look at next season as well. If we have the funds sounding like a Qatar window, I hope I'm right. If Qatar came in, I think we could do a madness this window. But I still think we'll get Qatar, and I've got reasons to believe why I think we'll get Qatar. I'm bored of talking about the takeover. But if we get a day where the transfer news is a bit dead, because the transfer news has just been wild at the moment. Like this, I normally do one video a day, one live a day. It's looking like 2 videos a day, a live a day at the moment because the transfer news is wild. But if we get a day where the transfer news is a bit quiet, I'm going to do a video on actually why I think we're going to get Qatar and what I've heard. And obviously, I'm skeptical to report or say anything on it because I think with the NDNAs, I think you can't trust a lot of the information you've been told. But I have spoken to people, but these could be the same people that Rio Ferdinand spoke to and fed him a load of lies. But I've spoken to people that have connections there that seem confident that it's going to be Qatar. And I can do a video on that at some point. But again, even though I trust these people and they've shown me they have connections to Qatar, and I've seen the proof, and I've seen the proof of the messages, so they're not lying to me. It's just like you just don't know with the takeover. You can't believe much news. But I might do a video this week on why I think we are going to get Qatar, what I've heard and stuff as well, potentially. But as I said, like even myself seeing like the evidence that they have got contact to this Qatar, this person, you still just don't know what to believe on the takeover because of the NDAs. Because of the lot of false reports. Rio was very confident he had a good source to make himself look like a mug. But potentially there could be a video on the takeover later this week. But I'm just more focused on the transfer news, focused on that I know what's happening. You know, MG11, takeover, a lot of it is speculative. Fred, he's gone. Amrabat, he's coming in. You know, I like to talk more about what we know that's going on, but might do a video later this week on a quiet transfer day talking about the takeover. But I feel like the takeover was boring, so we'll see as well. But listen, guys, keep smashing the like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Alice Maguire is set for medical. Hooray! Is Scotty staying or going? Scott McTominay looks set to go at the British rate. I thought Scott was going to stay, but apparently West Ham went in for Scott as well, but they're just focusing on Maguire. And people saying this is not a Glazer transfer window. It's not. It doesn't feel like a Glazer transfer window. Alice, in the case we get Qatar, we will take over and be complete by the summer window closes. Qatar would be about November time, but would be there for the January transfer window from what we've been hearing. Neymar on loan is a possibility. Personally don't see Man United doing it, but as I've said, we've been told to expect a shock bonus signing. You know, on top of Todibo, on top of Amrabat, there's reports coming in that actually you could expect a shock bonus signing. So the Fred deal is £8.6 million plus 4.3 million in add-ons. I think United could have got a little bit more money for Fred. It's 15 million euros in total. It's 13 million pounds in total, with 4 million of those being in add-ons. I think United are just at the point where they thought they were going to get 20 million for Fred. The clubs are really underbidding, and they've just gone, you know what, we're going to accept this. And Fulham might be biting because for me, I think that would have been a really good deal for Fulham with Fred's Premier League experience as well. Also, Man United are looking to terminate Bailly's contract. Reports coming out that Bailly's contract has been terminated. So interesting stuff there. So we'll have to see what happens with that as well. We'll have to see what happens there as well, actually. But reports that United might terminate Bailly's contract to get the move in as well. Glazers out, Qatar in. Yeah, smash the like button if you would be on that. I'm just writing down some notes because what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to summarize all the news that's come out today. Ten Hag prefers Pablos. Obviously, he wants to a better option at right back, not just Maguire replacement. Potentially, Ten Hag loves versatility in players as well. Alice, if I were you, I'd just sit on the rumours you've heard. That's what I've been doing. I just feel like I still can't believe a lot of rumours, even if I think the person is genuine and have some proof and a good genuine source. I just think, you know, why would you be leaking this kind of information? I think that a lot of the takeover rumors I just sit on, but I do think that the reports that the Qataris could be doing something in November, I have reason to believe that as well. Shock transfer Saka to United, that'll be the next title and thumbnail at this rate. Do you know what? Man United have probably been linked to like 100 people this transfer window. We've been linked to a lot of people. I do think the next video could be Saka shock transfer. Do you know what I mean as well? You never know. Next thumbnail, Saka shock transfer, United bid, because we won't do that, but there's always weird stories coming out about United. There's always weird stories. Basically, West Ham are waiting. Right now, we've got one more story before we end the live stream, and that is that West Ham are still waiting on Maguire to decide if he wants to leave United. A fee was agreed. If Maguire stays, he's worse than De Jong, because at least De Jong plays. At least De Jong plays. Do you know what I mean? As well. Keep smashing the like button, people, as well. Odegaard to United. Everybody put in the chat, what BS link do you think we'll get next week? Every week we get a story that we know is just not true and a random player gets linked to United. What BS link do you think it will be? Let me know as well. But anyway, people, do smash the like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. There's going to be a bonus video around 10:30, 11 p.m. tonight, summarizing all the news. I reckon we're going to get some Amrabat stories coming in. I reckon we're going to get some interesting stories coming in. So there's going to be a bonus video tonight. So make sure you subscribe for that as well. But anyway, please do smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you, everybody, for watching today's live stream. It's been a great live stream on the channel. Appreciate everybody getting involved in the live chat. I do apologize for not being super active with the live chat in today's live stream. There was honestly just so much news and information to get into, just so much news to go through. Vinicius Jr., we could be linked to him. Osimhen, we've already been linked with. Kudus, actually realism about that as well. Maybe United for Odegaard, yeah. And tier 1 journalists don't know anything about Qatar. No one generally knows anything. Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult one. But there's going to be a bonus video tonight between 10 and 11 p.m. where I'm going to summarize 24 hours worth of news in under 10 minutes, which is going to be hard because there's been a lot of news. But I'm going to see what stories come out tonight, and I'm just going to... My plan now for the rest of the transfer window is either 6 a.m. really early morning, UK time, or 11 p.m. late at night. Just do a big bosh summary of every news story that's relevant, that's reliable, squeeze it into less than 10 minutes. Live streams where we chat about the stories, we talk about the stories. Videos where we just go boom, boom, boom. Let's pump this news out. So uploads at 11 a.m., uploads late at night, live streams around 6 p.m. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to today's live show. Been a fantastic live show. Do subscribe. Do share the video. See you next time. And, of course, bye.